This is the third installment of reading comprehension strategies for breaking out of the box. We're focusing on reading comprehension, finding the main idea and important details, summarizing and paraphrasing, and also figuring out critical vocabulary. In the first installment, we read a cold read of the article Breaking Out of the Box. Then we did paragraphs 1, 2, and 3. Paragraph 1, the main idea was that railroad cars, shipping containers are being repurposed by entrepreneurs and artists. And then paragraph 2, we discovered the main idea was that they can be used as houses. And then in paragraph 3, we found that they can be stacked to create different levels, so you can make office buildings, hotels, and even cities, right? That's what we discovered. Now paragraph 4, let's do a close read of paragraph 4. Housing uses for shipping containers are not limited to cities. Shipping containers accommodations are available in rural areas as well. From hideaway cabins to campground rentals, these versatile accommodations can be found in the city and in remote areas. One of the things that I've found when reading this article with my students is that there are two critical vocabulary words that they did not know in paragraph 4. It's important that you are able to figure out which of the vocabulary words that you don't know that you have to figure out what they are. Now, what two words in this particular paragraph do you think are important to the meaning? There might be more than two words that you don't know the meaning of, but there are two words that are critical to understanding what the paragraph 4 means. If you said accommodations and rural, you were good. Do you know what those words mean? Even if you do know what these words mean, walk through the thinking process with me so that when you do come across words that you don't know, you have some strategies that you can use. So accommodations was mentioned twice in paragraph 4. Paragraph 4 is not really big, right? So three sentences, and this word has been mentioned twice. So it's probably pretty important. Can I find clues in the paragraph so that I don't have to look up the word? I think the clues are housing, cabins, campground rentals. Those are all renaming the word accommodations. So then could we say if housing and a cabin, those are places to live, right? Or places to stay. So could we replace the word accommodations with places to stay, and it makes sense. Let's try it. Shipping container places to stay are available in rural areas as well. Well, that seemed to work. From hideaway cabins to campground rentals, these versatile places to stay can be found in the city. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to go with that places to stay. And we didn't even have to look the word up. Now, what about this word rural? Is this word defined in the paragraph? Try to find it. Here's our clues. Whew, so many clues. Not limited to cities, so we know rural doesn't mean a city, right? Hideaway cabins, campgrounds. And then the last sentence says, can be found in the city and in remote areas. So what do you think rural means? If it means not in the city, it could mean country, or even better, probably I would define it as a remote area, because that's how they define it in the paragraph. So let's see if that works. Shipping container accommodations are available in remote areas as well. That works really well. From hideaway cabins to campground rentals. Okay, so I think that we got that one. And then what is our main idea? Again, this paragraph is very short. So the main idea is actually there in the last sentence. The accommodations can be found in the city and in remote areas. So they told us about the fact that they can be used as houses, they can be used as multi-level buildings, and now they're telling us they're not only in the city, but they can also be in remote areas or maybe the country. Let's do a close read of paragraph 5. Sculpture artists from all over the world have also found value in repurposing shipping containers. Artists rework the shell of the containers by reshaping the corrugated metal. Whether welding the panels into new shapes or using them as metal canvases, artists have found that the possibilities are endless. The Container Art Project was established by innovative artists to help museums share artistic collections around the world. In addition to using the retired containers to move art pieces, the project has also used the interior of the containers as the setting for the galleries themselves. Whew, that's a long one. So take a moment and try to figure out what is the main idea for paragraph 5. It is a very long paragraph, and a lot of times my students get a little confused by the supporting details. So think about this. The Container Art Project was established by innovative artists to help museums share artistic collections around the world. Is that the main idea, or is that a supporting detail for something else, for some other idea in the paragraph? If you said that that was a supporting detail, you were correct. The main idea is basically that artists from all over the world find value in repurposing the containers. And then the details are the different ways that they repurpose the containers, right? So they reshape it, they weld it, they make them into new shapes, or they use them as metal canvases. What does that mean, using them as metal canvases? Maybe they paint on them, or they, like a canvas for an artist is something that they paint on or color on. So the metal canvas would be like the wall of the shipping container. The Container Art Project was established by innovative artists. That's a detail. Retired containers move art pieces, another great detail. And then they can use the container themselves as the setting to show the art. So we have that, right? You can pause the video, make sure you add this to your notes. I did want to make sure that we're looking at the pictures, the images, because when they said they twisted the containers, I didn't really understand what that meant. But when I see the image, it makes much more sense. And I guess that's art, right? Finally, paragraph 6. With all these options and new purposes, fewer shipping containers will be headed to the junkyard. They have been broken out of their traditional boxes and are having their utility extended with new forms and function. What? Wait, what? That sounds familiar. They're breaking out of their traditional boxes. They have been broken out of their traditional boxes and are having their utility extended with new forms and function. So do you think that the title reflected the main idea of the article? Oh yeah. So we can add that to our notes. This is what my notes look like. You can see I added paragraph 4. There wasn't a lot in paragraph 4, so there's not a lot on my notebook. And then paragraph 5, there was a lot there, so I notice that my main idea is just starred. I don't have to write main idea because these are my notes for me so that I can answer questions about the text or so that I can understand the text better. And then paragraph 6, there wasn't a lot in paragraph 6 either, right? Just they used it in new ways. They broke out of the box, less than the junkyard. So do the exit ticket in Schoology. Make sure you have your notes in your writer's notebook and have a great day.